time breaking down the games, the players and the moments that matter. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer chatter. Break plays, big names. Every headline is stat. Hot takes every day, yeah, we're talking about that. It is sports talk time breaking down the games.
Hey, did you hear any of the intro, or did you not hear the intro?
That's good. Now I can hear it. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, you didn't. Okay, so you didn't hear the music at the beginning, right?
Yep.
Oh, you did. Okay, cool deal. Yeah, trying some new stuff out here. I'm trying to intro out, and for the first time, Sports Talk Time is live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter X. So we're trying to do some different stuff here. Uh, I made a little investment trying to get us on more platforms, get a bigger audience. So that's what took me a little bit longer today. Get me the intro, get the countdown going, and all that fun stuff. So we are ready to rock and roll. I thought we would, since we had an abbreviated show yesterday, I thought we might recap what we talked about a little bit yesterday. Uh, I know we talked about you're going to be on the microphone Friday night.
Yep. Tomorrow night at Lake ISD Stadium.
Yeah, that'd be a cool deal. Uh, like I said, wherever the wind blows you or needs you, that's where you'll be. So,
Yep. Exactly.
and I think you said Saturday you'll be doing some soccer.
Yep. Saturday I'm gonna do some soccer, and then we're gonna do a little run a scoreboard for basketball Saturday night. So
Real cool deal, real cool deal. And then Monday you're gonna be at the speedway.
yeah, probably maybe at the Hobbytown Speedway and see how it goes with that.
Yeah, so you got a full calendar.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought we just kind of kind of recap a little bit from yesterday, just kind of since we didn't stay on very long. My fault, my on my end, but let's see where we're at for today. Uh, let's go ahead and start with the Lady Bears again, just because I feel like there's not enough. There's not enough Dave Aranda hatred for Nikki Collin as you would imagine. uh,
Right.
I mean, I don't even know if people hate Dave Aranda or not. They're just not happy with his performance and stuff. But there seems to be a much larger angry crowd about Dave Aranda than Nikki Collin, which I'm kind of surprised by.
Yeah. No. That's kind of I'm the same way. It's like you would think that people want the Lady Bears to win since they got a little bit more. They want to keep winning, but then again, a lot of people are. I think more people have a hatred for Dave Aranda because the more people want the football team to do good because they were spoiled with Art Browse when he was there.
Yeah, and of course, football's gonna get always a bigger following than basketball, and especially women's basketball. I mean, nothing against the women's basketball or anything, but football brings in the money and the boosters and all of that, and then basketball is right up there with it. Um, so, but yeah, I'm just like I'll be watching some of the sports, and it's like, and we'll have to wait and see what Nikki Collins is gonna do on her next year. And I'm like, there's no like. Well, we'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen when if they're gonna bring Nikki Collins back, or if they're gonna. It's like it's already a guarantee she's back already. And I'm like, how can she be back already? You've had 4 years, and you consistently don't get to play home games in the playoffs, which Mookie always did. And you're underperforming, underachieving. I mean, it's great to make the tournament. Don't get me wrong, but when you're if you can't get to the second round consistently, and you're always getting knocked out in the first weekend, it's kind of hard to trust you're going to do anything in the playoffs. Next year or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, so that's just kind of that's like I just don't understand. Like, where's the oh, we gotta fire Nikki, we gotta fire Nikki. Like and everybody's like fire Dave Aranda, but everybody's like, give Nikki another year, she'll come around. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, she's had. I mean, like you said, she's had 4 years to do it, but she hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, and especially when you get a new athletic director, it's like getting a new boss at work or getting a new manager or whatever. They're like, did I hire these people or do I want to bring in my own people? And it's like,
Right. Exactly.
are they gonna really look at her and be like, okay, what has she really done since she got here? And I was watching one of the sports channels, and they were like, one of the local sports channels was like, yeah, some of her players have gotten worse throughout the year. Like, you would think with her WNBA background that she would be improving as the season goes on.
Yeah. Now it's kind of they kind of regressed instead of progressed. They've regressed.
Yeah, yeah, and I was very upset after she lost that game the other day, and she's like, "Well, I was very proud of the players that first signed up with me, post Mookie era." I'm like, don't even mention Mookie in your mouth. Don't even you're nowhere in her category. You're nowhere close to it. Don't even mention her at all.
Right.
Like you have no right to even speak her name. Don't even speak her name because you have not done anything close to where she her level. I mean, I would give her more of a pass if at least you would get to have home games like in the first round. But you're not even doing that, and then you're not even competitive when the game starts. So it's just very frustrating.
It is. I agree. It's like, come on now. You hoping to be back in the Final Four, and then or at least in the second round, the Sweet 16, but you can't get there. It's like, come on now, something's got to give.
Yeah, something's definitely that has to give. I would say if she has another. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe just getting to the tournament is good enough for Baylor. I don't know, but for me, that's not the standard that Mookie left, and so I think if you're not even close to where her standard was, then you should be on the hot seat. And I was never a fan of the hire in the first place because it's like trying to hire an NBA coach to come coach college. Like 9 out of 10 times it doesn't work.
Right. Just kind of like how with Cliff Kingsbury, how he was in college, he coached college, and then he went to
Yeah,
go be a head coach for the Cardinals, and he couldn't do it.
yeah, yeah. It's like you're a good coordinator, but you don't seem to have what it takes. I mean, even when he was at Texas Tech, I mean, he had Patrick Mahomes, and I mean,
Still couldn't win there.
yeah, still didn't have very many winning seasons, and I know Nikki did good in the WNBA, but her style to me just doesn't fit college ball, and so I'm just like I don't hear anybody have to answer for her. Like nobody has to say like, well, yeah, we're watching what she's doing, and we're tracking her performance, and if things don't turn around, things don't get better, then we'll have to go from. No, it's like, oh, she'll come back next year. We'll see what she does, and I'm like, it's that easy? Okay, just make the tournament. We're happy. Okay, that's good enough.
Just make the first round of the tournament, and you're good. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We don't care about winning. We don't care about winning championships anymore.
Yeah. And now Scott Drew gets a little bit more of a pass because he's actually won, a chip. And I mean, yeah, he does underperform at times when he does make it to the tournament. Like he'll have a first round exit or second game, whatever. But he's not. Baylor's never going to go anywhere or do anything to move on from him. He's gonna be here as long as he wants to be here. So
Right, exactly. That's how I'm hoping. I mean, as much as I like Dave Aranda, I just don't. we'll see how what he does this year. So
Yeah.
from what I'm understanding, they started spring practice on Tuesday, and then I've heard he's doing a lot. I think they said what's his name is looking a lot better than practice, but we'll have to
Yeah.
see what he looks like in game when he's in a game. Talking about DJ Lagway
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
transferred in from Florida.
Oh yeah, the quarterback. Yep. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think his
the
dad was,
quarterback.
yeah, I think his dad was an alum at Baylor in the '90s. I think. Yeah, and I know they said that they had their pro day, I guess, for Sawyer Robertson and Cameron, the tight end. So a lot going
Uh,
on.
yeah, they got a lot going on right now. So
Hopefully, hopefully it gets better on the field. But and I know you can't compare the two as far as football and basketball, but different sports. But still, I just like where's the? I mean, there's a little bit of it on social media. Like, okay, Nikki, it's time to go, but it's not nearly as much for her as it is for Aranda. So
right, exactly.
I just like, okay, where's the level at here? Where's the evenness? You know?
And I know tonight we got the basketball. Like we said yesterday, we got basketball on tonight.
Yeah,
Kicking off here in a couple about an hour, 2 hours or so.
yeah. Texas Purdue ought to be a really good game.
And then you got Arizona playing late. Arizona and was it Arizona and Arkansas? I think is what it was.
I believe that's what it is. Yes.
Or Nebraska. I know Nebraska's playing someone too. I don't remember who they're playing.
And I think Nebraska's playing Iowa.
Then you have Houston playing at 9:05 tonight, which is kind of what we thought was crazy. You're gonna start out.
earlier.
You're gonna start out west at 4 o'clock, and then come to the Central Time at 9 o'clock at night. It's like, come on now, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. Houston has Tennessee, and then Arkansas has Arizona, and then Texas and Purdue. And like I said, I think in both the Texas game and the Arizona game, there's a 7-point favorite for Purdue and a 7-point favorite for Arizona. So it's I would be more shocked if Arizona gets upset than Purdue. But to me, if Texas or Arkansas win, it'd be an upset regardless because just because of their seeding and especially where Texas came from as far as just barely getting in the tournament and making a run. So, but hey, they're making that's good for them. It's good on them.
Yep. And right now we got baseball going on. I was looking at the score just a few minutes ago. Let's see if we can get a score update here.
Yeah, today's opening day for across the league. They had opening night last night. I don't think many people saw it though because
it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I heard people on Facebook, being mad about why is baseball on Netflix? Like, and I kind of agree with that. Like, because I mean I don't know baseball's target audience as far as their age range, as far as their probably like the 50s. You got to be like between like 30 something and 50 something. I don't know. But you would think Netflix is like trying to get the younger audience, but you're gonna have you're probably gonna have a lot of people miss out on games. Yeah. Same thing with games on Apple. You're probably gonna have the same issue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm looking at the scores from last night where the Yankees did win their game 7-0.
Oh.
And then the Mets beat the Pirates today. Mets won 11-7. And then looking right now, looks like games that are going on right now. You got the Brewers and the White Sox are playing. In the bottom of the 8th, the Brewers are killing the White Sox 14-1.
Yeah, I heard a little buzz about the Brewers today, and I was like, "What's going on with the Brewers today?" I don't know. Maybe they're just scoring a lot of runs today.
Yeah, looks like the White Sox are going to have another bad season. It looks like so far, but then again, you can't tell what they're going to do on game number 1.
Yeah, I forgot how many games they lost in a row last year, but it was pretty high amount of numbers.
And you got the Nationals who are playing right now against the Chicago Cubs, which is it's 8-4 in the top of the 9th for the Nationals ahead.
Yeah, it's always kind of cool when you're doing a show and you got sports going on, especially like during the day.
Exactly.
But I know like a lot of people have traditions on opening day, like I always take off work on the opening day, or I know some areas that have actual baseball teams like Arlington. I mean, I don't know about Arlington for sure, but I think in maybe Ohio or Illinois or somewhere like that, I heard that they actually always let school out on opening day. I'm like, okay, that's a little for me,
Right? Too
but
bad we can't do that. No.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a little bit
Too
drastic.
much.
Yeah, that's a little
Right.
too much. Yeah, I mean, for let the entire school out. I mean, I could see like, okay, father son, you want your kid to go with you to opening day, but have school, and if the dad wants to come get the kid, that's fine. But for everybody else, it's like, you know, I don't know, just a little much for me.
See,
Now, now I
looking
could
at the
see, yeah, I could see like if your team's in the World Series or something, and you wanna let school out. Okay, I'm cool with that. But opening day, I don't know.
it's just opening day.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, over the years, I mean, parents have taken their kids out of school for opening day anyway. I've heard stories about that. So like, okay, for those people that want to do that, that's cool. But for everybody, just say everybody, you're out. I think that's a little too much.
Right.
um, but yeah, I think the Rangers are tonight. I think.
They're actually playing right now. They're losing. Looking at their score, they're losing right now 2-0 in the middle of the fourth inning. They're
Okay.
playing the
Yeah,
Philadelphia Phillies.
yeah. That's the weird thing about the Rangers. I don't think we have a station in town that airs them anymore.
No, there's not. I know I was listening. You have to listen to 105.3 The Fan out of Dallas
Yeah.
or watch it on Victory Network.
Yeah. I know that. And 105.3 comes through pretty decent, uh, depending on where you're at in Waco. So it's pretty.
Right.
I mean, it's not perfect all the time, but it's pretty decent. But yeah, I know it costs money to have the rights and all of that, and some of the sports channels around here have kind of made cuts to their staff and to their marketing and all of that. Um, there was even a couple of years ago. I don't even think the Cowboys had a station for 1 year. I'm like, wait, there's not a Cowboy station in town. You had um, for some reason, ESPN in town had given up the Cowboys, and and nobody had carried them for one season. I think it was like maybe 3 years ago. I'm like, that's very weird. And then the next year, 94.5, which used to be the Beat, they carried them for I think a year or two, and then they flipped format, and then ESPN got new ownership. I don't know what happened to the guy, but
Pick them back up.
yeah, I don't know what happened to the guy, but he came in and he changed programming and he carried the Cowboys back again, and now he's not there from what I hear. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm sure the Gary Moss is still the local person in town that has say over programming for the sports, like what sports they're going to air and stuff. So
Yep, I'm pretty sure he's still owning all the radio stations in that cluster.
yeah, and it's funny because like, okay, you have two sports channels, you have ESPN, you have Fox, and I'm like, I'll just be going through stations, and 101.3 I have a softball game on. I'm like, why do you have it on your 101.3? Why do you not have it on Fox? Like,
Exactly.
I understand. Okay, you got Baylor baseball on ESPN, but you can put the softball on Fox. So I don't know what the deal is on that. Cause I know they air the Baylor women basketball on the Fox station here in Waco, but softball, I don't know what the deal is on that. It's very
Yeah,
odd.
softball's always on 101.3 for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah, that's very odd. I'm like, you have a second sports channel. That's what they're for.
Maybe they need to create a third one to get a CBS Sports Network.
Yeah.
We,
I was actually talking to a guy a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago or so. He was a salesperson, and we only had ESPN at the time. And I was talking, I went and met with them in Copper's Cove and had lunch with them and everything. And I'm like, you know what Waco really needs? I said Waco really needs a second sports channel. And he told me like, oh no, that'll never happen. Waco's too small for that. It's too small for that. Well, about 2 weeks later, Fox Sports comes on the air, and I'm like, huh, I don't think that was a coincidence. um, and then I think he took my idea. He put Fox on the air, and then he left. Last thing I know, he was not like the last thing he did before he left the station was add that second sports channel. I mean, I'm not taking all the credit, but I did put it in somebody's head, and it happened. So I don't know.
Right.
I've done that. I've done that for a few radio stations. I've talked to some people, that's programming the station or whatever, and I'm like, hey, it'd be really cool if you got this program on your station, and the next thing you know, it's on the station. I'm like, huh, okay. So basically, they're taking my ideas. I'm just not getting paid for it.
And it's weird that you got all these different country stations here now. You got so many different classic country stations. It's like, why do you have so many country stations? Go back to hit some stations need to go back to hit music stations. So there's only one in town. Everyone else is going to classic country or oldies or classic rock or oldies music. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think that's really like the only people that mainly listen to radio. It's like the people that grew up with the classic stuff, like in the 80s and 90s and 70s. Like
right.
That's where the I guess where they think they can make the sales or make the money from is the older generation, because of the younger crowd going to apps and going online and stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, make sure you tune into Texas Classics Today radio station on Live 365.
Yep, that's a good plug there. That's a good plug, because hopefully we're going to have some programming on there pretty soon.
Yeah, that's our plan.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe we'll get some YouTube podcast off of that on here or something like that. Get some guests from the music that play on there and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. But yeah, what I always want in town is I like a station that plays like 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I mean, throw in some 70s, okay, but especially I like a adult contemporary or a hot adult contemporary, something that's a little more variety.
Right.
Because like I know in San Antonio, which is weird. I mean I follow different radio markets all over the state of Texas, and they got rid of like their top 40 station, which is very, very odd. And they have like an adult contemporary station, and they have a Latino station that plays Latino hits. And then they under 96.1, they went from top 40 to I don't even know what it is, but it's basically English music with Spanish host.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like you'll be listening to a song in English, and then next thing somebody come on speaking Spanish, and it's very odd because it's basically the 96.1 in San Antonio is basically the same format as 101.9, which is adult contemporary, playing like pop stuff from like the 90s and 80s and 2000s and stuff. But the only difference is instead of getting, you get your music, but then you get Spanish speaking. So I don't know what, I mean, I understand San Antonio's, population and stuff like that, but it's very odd to me. Because they have a sports channel there on 760 AM called the Ticket in San Antonio. And I'm like, why don't you just put like 104.5, which is Spanish music, put it on 96.1, and then put your sports station on FM? Because hardly anyone's listening to AM anymore. I don't know very many people listening to AM. It's very few, very few.
I
So
know me. I just the only AM station I listen to is 1660. But
yeah,
sometimes, so but
yeah, but it's kind of good that they have 92.3 in Waco, and then I think if you're in Temple area, you got 100.9. I don't know if it reaches Killeen or not, but um, yeah, you always kind of want to have at least that FM outlet anyway. But I mean, AM's great. Don't get me wrong, AM's still great. But a lot of the newer cars aren't even putting AM in there anymore. So, uh, yeah, I
just
mean,
nothing.
and it's funny because in San Antonio, like I said, I follow different markets and stuff. They have a 1250 AM, which basically is their national ESPN broadcasting, and they have 94.1. 94.1 is their local programming, and then they had 94.5, which was hip hop. Well, apparently they got rid of hip hop, and they're playing on 94.5 in San Antonio, whatever 1250 AM is playing. So that's very odd to me. Um, but I mean,
Kind of weird. Kind of like 99.3 and 1590 AM.
I like how it goes 99.3 FM and AM. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna put the AM first before you put 1590. Okay, that's interesting. You would
It's
think
like, why,
that
why you gotta put the same? Why you gotta put the AM first for? Put the FM first.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess it's to let you know it's a different frequency, but you would understand that regardless. Yeah. That's our little bit of a radio segment. They're radio guys talking radio segment now. But it's funny because I don't know if you've ever heard of Alpha Media.
I've heard of it, but not that. I've heard of it, but I haven't really s- looked into it.
Yeah, they used to own the stations in San Antonio and Amarillo, and they own some stations in Lubbock and some other areas. But they merged with another company. I forgot what the name of the other company is, but whoever's whoever they merged with decided, okay, because Amarillo doesn't have a sports channel. Um, they tried it for a couple of years, like maybe the last 2 years, on 1029 in Amarillo, and in San Antonio, it's the same company. So San Antonio went by San Antonio Sports Star. Well, when they tried a sports channel in Amarillo, they went with Panhandle Sports Star. Well, apparently the new owners didn't want nothing to do with sports because they came in and they flipped it to classic rock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean you have a couple of rock stations in Amarillo, but I guess there wasn't one that plays classic rock. So they came in and they flipped it from sports to classic rock. So now like Amarillo has like a news talk station that airs some sports programming, but it's not dedicated to sports anymore. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so like I think it's called there's a I think there's a website called 806 Sports because the area goes 806, and
Mhm.
I've got family in Lubbock and Amarillo that we go up there from time to time and hang out with. But basically they air all their programming on their AM talk station, news talk station. So they don't. I mean, I guess they were airing some of it on the sports channel, but that went away. So yeah, there's a
Right.
little kind of geek out there on radio talk there for a moment, but
But yeah, like I say, it's gonna be a good sport. It's gonna be a good sport tonight, and then tomorrow, pretty much all weekend, you're gonna have sports all going on. Basketball tonight,
yeah,
baseball tonight,
I heard something the
baseball
other
tomorrow.
yeah, I heard something the other day. Like I know in Houston we were talking about that late start they're gonna have, and I was I heard somebody talking about it's one of the sports podcasts, and they were talking about okay, if you're in Houston on Thursday, you can go to opening day. I think there's a soccer game as well. You can go to opening day, you can go to soccer, and you can still have time to make it to the Houston Cougars game at 9 o'clock.
Man, that'd be fun. Go to
Yeah,
all three sports in one
yeah,
day.
yeah. So you can have a whole full day of Houston sports if that was your thing. I mean, so you had, but they were talking about too how traffic's going to be a nightmare as well trying to get around.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the. I know I've been to the Astros baseball field, but I'm not sure where the soccer field and the and the Houston Cougars
I,
arena is at.
I think they're actually going to be playing where the Rockets play.
Oh, playing at the Toyota Center.
Yeah, I believe so
I think
because
it's the Toyota Center. If I'm
yeah,
not.
I believe it's what it. I know that's what it's been in the past. Not sure what it is currently, but
It
yeah,
used to be. I know it used to be the Compact Center for a little bit, and then it changed it to Toyota Center or something.
I know they have Reliance Stadium, but I guess Reliance not enough. Not in. Well, I don't know why they wouldn't pick Reliance. Well, I know
Yeah.
they say that Houston doesn't have a true road game because they're not the one hosting it. Technically, it's Rice Owls hosting it. So, like how in the women basketball, you have Baylor Bears are hosting your tournament or whatever, NCAA tournament. Well, down there in Houston, it's going to be the Rice Owls hosting the NCAA tournament. So it's I don't know what like. So technically, it's not Houston Cougars hosting their home game; it's Rice. But I don't know. I'm sure there's a financial impact in there somewhere. Rice gets some kind of incentive or some kind of deal for hosting.
Yeah, I bet so. That's one of
You can say it's not a Houston home game, but it is.
right. It's pretty much a Houston gonna be a Houston crowd.
Yeah, I don't know. I think tomorrow might have the better games as far as as far as the coaches go because you have Izzo and you have Hurley and you have Patino and you have just more known coaches. Tonight I think you have I think everybody knows Kelvin Sampson. Arkansas and Arizona. I don't think many people know their coaches. I don't.
I know I don't either.
Yeah,
I mean,
Purdue.
I know Izzo from Michigan State.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm sure some people know Sean Miller, but he's not a house. Not everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not really a lot of people know him.
Yeah, but I'm sure for like the casual fan, like tomorrow, like if you don't follow basketball all year round, tomorrow you're like, oh, I know that coach, I know that coach, I know that coach. But tonight it's gonna be like, who is that? Who is that? You know, um, and I think that's why that they did that on purpose. Like they wanted the better games to be Friday and Sunday instead of Thursday, Saturday. So
Right.
they want those. Everybody knows they want those Sunday ratings. I think Sunday for sports is like the like where you want to be, like in prime time or the daytime or whatever.
And I
I
know
was
that.
I was kind of like last year there was a game on at like 2 o'clock. I'm like on a Sunday. I'm like, okay, why is this game at 2 o'clock? Like, why is it not in prime time like at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock? And people are like, oh, well, on a Sunday there's nothing else going on, so 2 o'clock is prime time. I'm like, if you say so.
Right. Some people just getting out of church. That's the only problem.
Yeah. So I was like, because like I know like CBS wants to air all their primetime programming, like 60 Minutes and Survivor and all that, or Tracker or whatever current show is on. So that I know that's why they do it that way. But Turner, that owns TBS and all of that, they're like, we don't have no primetime programming. We'll put it on late. 10 o'clock. Put it on 10 o'clock. It doesn't matter.
Let's put it on 10 o'clock. We'll watch some people tune in.
Yeah, and even though it's late, they know they will. They know they will tune in. So, and that's one thing too. Like I don't know if you pay attention or not, but I kind of caught me off guard too because I always forget. But like on even and odd years, the channels change for the championship, Final Four.
Oh yes, it does.
Yeah, like you'll have the even years. Turner gets it with TBS, and then on the odd year CBS gets it. But I always forget who has the even and who has the odd.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Kind of like how the Super Bowl, it always switches
Yeah,
every year. It switches. Oh wait, okay, CBS gets it this year. Wait, NBC gets it this year.
Yeah, it's funny.
Thought you get it this year.
Yeah, I was like, okay, 'cause I was thinking CBS had it this year. I'm like, okay, 'cause I was looking at the Final Four, like the programming, and I was like, huh, CBS doesn't have no games. That's weird. Oh, that's right. It's on Turner, and it's funny how you got the CBS and you got the TBS. You gotta be real specific.
Right? You got to figure out which one who's gonna do it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if TBS has a bigger audience than TNT, or what, because you would think TNT would have the bigger audience and you run it on TNT, but I don't understand that. Like,
Right. And I remember when TNT used to have the wrestling on there on Monday nights.
yep, yep,
Monday Nitro.
yeah. Did they have wrestling recently, like AEW or something?
I do. I think they still have. I think they do have AEW on there.
Yeah, I know. I know there was one wrestling league that went to AMC. I think I'm not sure which one it was. I don't even know what TNT has anymore as far as sports. I just know that because they lost the NBA. Um,
Yeah,
I know.
NBA's on NBC on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, yeah. Tuesday night and Sunday night, there when football's not on, it's on NBC, NBA, and then you got what is that? Prime Video, and you got. It was funny 'cause I was watching the interview and it's like, hey, that's gonna be a good game. What channel is it gonna be on? Where's it gonna be at? Like Prime Video, Peacock, ESPN, Hulu, whatever. It's like you gotta have a map to know where the games are gonna be at.
Right, you got to pay for the streaming service. Like, why? It's
Yeah,
on national TV where it's supposed to be.
yeah. And the same thing. I mean, they're nowhere close to the NFL, but the NFL has that same problem. But people are gonna pay for the NFL regardless. It doesn't matter what streaming service they're gonna put it on, like Netflix or Prime Video or whatever. Um, I mean, you have some that were like, "Oh, I'll never pay to watch NFL." I always like this argument, like, "Oh, I'm not paying to watch NFL." I'm like, if you're paying for ESPN, you're paying to watch the NFL.
They're paying for it no matter what.
So yeah, so if you're watching ESPN, you say, "I'm not paying for the NFL." Yeah, you're paying for the NFL. It doesn't matter. I mean, you might not have Prime, you might not have whatever, but you're paying for it, regardless, one way or another.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Where are we at? I know. I was like, it's a very it's kind of for opening day baseball. It's like very hot out.
It is.
Yeah, you would think it would be like 75 in baseball, but it's like 90.
Yeah,
Um,
90 degrees.
yeah. It's gonna be like I think 90 all weekend or around next week or something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's supposed to. I know it's supposed to get cold. They said there's supposed to be a cold front coming in tomorrow. Is what I understood.
yeah. It's funny how people are like, I'm like, there's always one last freeze, so don't get too comfortable.
Exactly.
Especially like around the people are like, oh, it's April now. We can put all the plants out and stuff. I'm like, I wouldn't. I'd wait a little longer.
Wait a couple more weeks,
Yeah,
then you'll be ready.
yeah, because we had the Easter snow one year.
That was funny. I was like, "What? Snowing on Easter?"
Yeah, so never count April out. It can sneak up on you there. I was talking to a buddy of mine that lives up north, and on the East Coast, and it's like it's 90 down here, and it's like 30 degrees every day up there. And he's like, Well, our winters are like y'all summers in Texas. We we deal with our winter like y'all deal with y'all summer, but we have a summer, but it's not as long. But their winters are very long compared to ours. So it's a
Right,
trade.
their winters are something else.
Yeah, it's a trade off. uh, yeah, but I always tell people I would rather have 32 degrees than give it over 110 any day.
Oh yeah,
Because at least 32 degrees, you're like, okay, it's 32. I know what to dress for. Like the heat, there's nothing you can do for it. Like you're just gonna be in it no matter what.
exactly.
So I would rather take 32 over 100, just because, like I said, I know. Okay, I know what tomorrow's gonna be. I know my outfit. I know what to prepare for, gloves or whatever. The heat is like, there's only so much I can change about my outfit, you know.
Right? Can't do this, can't do that. But
Yeah,
wait, when it's cold, I can put this on, and I'll be good.
yeah, that's true. Before we get out of here, I don't know if you have anything else, but did you want to maybe do some picks on some games or anything?
Sure, we can do some picks.
All right. Let's see. You want to start with tonight and go from there?
There you go. We can do it tonight.
Okay. So, what are you thinking about Purdue and Texas?
Sure. As much as I like Texas, I wouldn't mind seeing Texas win, but I really think it's going to be Purdue that wins that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. Like I said, if Texas wins, it would be. I mean, it's not unheard of, but from going to from the first round to the main tournament, uh, the big boy tournament to the Elite Eight or any further, it'd be pretty impressive. Um, and like I said, there's not a true like underdog in this tournament left. So I would say Texas and who's the other one? Iowa. Texas and Iowa are the like quote unquote underdog Cinderella. Um, Texas not so much, but Iowa for sure because they probably have less booster and less NIL and all of that. So, but yeah, give me Purdue in that one. I'm gonna say Purdue by maybe 10 points, maybe.
Yeah,
So
that's probably better. I'll probably say about 5 maybe on that.
yeah, yeah.
I think
So
Texas keeps it close, but they don't pull it out.
yeah, yeah. So if anyone's betting the 7 points, I don't know. You get you have to kind of go 5 or 10 there. So and I think there's who else we got? Arizona, Arkansas. I like Arizona in that game.
Yeah, like me, I'm kind of like Arizona because I know that not because they're the number one seed, just because I think Arizona's gonna. I've seen Arizona play. They look pretty good out. They look pretty good. So
Yeah, it's kind of one of them deals where it's kind of uh like the the only number one seed not left that they got knocked out is Florida, which I thought they were going to be a chance to repeat for sure.
yeah, Florida did get knocked out last week.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people had Florida beating Duke, and a lot of people have St. John's beating Duke, and a lot of people have Michigan State beating Duke. So and I know Duke's a little bit injured, but I still think that they're. I mean, number one seed should still be favored. Because in my Final Four, I had all number ones. I had Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and who's the other one? Florida. I still like Michigan to make it, and Arizona, but Michigan State might get in there. You never know what time it is though. So, if Houston gets there to the Final Four, I don't know who they would go against. It might be Arizona, maybe. Yeah, I think it would be Arizona.
Yeah, I could
Okay,
see
so we
that
got
one. Another little Big 12 matchup again.
yeah, that'd be a real cool matchup. Cause I was like, okay, Florida's number one. Cause everybody was like, okay, Duke has the like toughest bracket with the East bracket, and Florida has not too bad a bracket, but it's kind of unfair that they have to go play in Houston because used to like Houston would never get a chance to play at home. Like they would always put them on the West Coast or put them somewhere, but now I guess they have a different formula that allows for home sites, regional sites. So let's see, we got Houston, Arizona. I mean, we got Texas, Arizona. I mean, we got Purdue and Arizona over those teams. And then I think we have Nebraska tonight and Iowa. I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah. I think I like Iowa in that game just because they weren't really expected to be here. But I mean, if you're gonna take down a number one seed, I like your chances.
Right. I think I'm about to go with Nebraska on that one. I know because I know they're kind of a Cinderella because they're like a Cinderella story from last year.
Okay, I
Because I
like
know
that.
they won. They actually won that crown tournament that Baylor men are supposed to
Yeah,
play in. They
yeah,
won that last year, and then this year they made the tournament.
yeah. I found that interesting that Baylor's going to participate in that because, like, who's going to be left? Who's going to stick around?
Right, exactly. And all the players are going to be leaving again.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. So we're a little bit different on that game, and I think we have let's see Houston then playing Tennessee. I like Houston in that game.
I got Houston on that one.
Yeah, I kind of would like Tennessee, just to just off the just to kind of throw a little bit of a different feel to the tournament. You know, just because I kind of like I still kind of I didn't I'm not a I'm not a Texas follower, but I respect him and I still kind of like Rick Barnes. You know.
It'd be kind of cool to see Tennessee and Texas play one year.
Yeah,
I
that
know
would
it's been
be
a
cool.
while since they played.
Yeah, that would be cool. If both of them end up making it that far. But yeah, I still like I said, I still kind of uh I don't know. I just think Rick Barnes is kind of a cool dude. I'm kind of rooting. And I think like when a lot of people are doing their brackets, it's funny because either you're gonna like, oh well, I don't know, let me pick their mascot or let me pick their coach. And so I think a lot of people, oh, I know that coach or whatever. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool for Rick Barnes to make it a little further. But I'm gonna go with Houston. I just think they're just I mean they're even. I'm not gonna say who's a better coach between him and Kelvin Sampson, but you know it's kind of a toss. You could go. I mean you can't really say one's better than the other, but yeah, I do like Houston in that one. So I'm gonna try something here. We've never played audio on the show before. I actually accidentally sent it to you by accident. um, but I'm gonna try to play a little bit of audio here because you know we talked about Duke being injured and they lost their point guard Caleb Foster and their big man in Gumba. But he's back and Caleb Foster, their point guard, is gonna try to play tomorrow, which I think would give Duke an advantage because you know we need all the help we can get against St. John because St. John is loaded. So that'd be pretty cool if he can play. Let me see if I can get this to play. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Is that coming across?
Because I'm gonna look at the Rangers, see what the Rangers are looking like over here, see what the scores is again. Let's see before we can get out of here in a few minutes. Let's see what the Rangers are looking like now. Look at the bottom of the fifth. The Rangers are losing 5-0.
Oh, that's not too good.
Yeah.
Audio come across or no?
Say what? No, it didn't come across.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, okay. Well, I have to work on that. I was trying to play some of what the coach was saying about the game tomorrow night from Duke, but that didn't come across. So I have to work on that and get that figured out. But yeah, that'd be cool if we could play some stuff, some audio from coaches or you know whatever you know. But yeah, I'll work on that. So you say the Rangers are down, huh?
Yep. 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Not looking too good for a debut there.
Yep. And then of course the Astros and Angels are tails tied in the middle of the fifth.
Yeah. Well, there's always tomorrow, Ranger fans. Don't
Yep.
or you never know. They might come back though. Um, I don't know. Like I know last year Victory Plus, I think it was like $100 for like a whole season if you wanted to watch the games. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna watch it, but I couldn't get my Victory Plus to work right now, so I was like, well,
Uh,
I'll just listen to it online. Listen to
yeah,
it on 105.3 The Fan.
yeah, that's the way to go. Now I know the ticket up there is probably has the best shows, but if you want your sports content, Cowboys or Rangers, it's 105.3 up there in Dallas. So
Yeah, 105.3 The Fan. And
yeah.
they always, mostly during football season, they have Jerry Jones on there
Oh
every Tuesday, I think. So,
yeah, he wanted to fire the morning host there because they were asking him too many tough questions.
too many tough questions. He wanted to get them fired.
Yeah, I think if you're Spanish speaking and you like that kind of thing, in Dallas you can listen on 107.5, I believe, La Grande, I believe it is. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and catch up for tomorrow's games. Let's see, we got Duke and St. John. Um, I would be lying if I'm saying I'm not nervous about St. John. Um, I think Duke is going to get it done. I just think their roster's better, and they have I think they have the number one overall pick. They have the Boozer brothers. Um, but we are a little banged up. We're not 100%. Hopefully, our point guard is going to come back and come through, and our big men are going to perform. It was weird because last week, Duke struggled against TCU. They had like 17 turnovers. And I think St. John's, they played Kansas and they forced like 16 turnovers. So that's a bit concerning. So hopefully we're not turning the ball over tomorrow and we're on our A game. Because if we're not on our A game, Patino is gonna get us. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I'm gonna go with Duke. But I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, I think I got Duke on this one.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's Michigan State and UConn after that in that arena. So I was really surprised. UConn played UCLA last week. And I'm like, I think UCLA could actually win. Well, that didn't happen. um, I know Dan Hurley's been in the headlines a lot about arguing with the referees and all kind of different stuff. I just don't think it's his year this year. I think Tom Izzo's going to end up getting past him. So I'm going to go with Michigan State for that one.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go with Tom Izzo. I wouldn't mind seeing Tom Izzo win another one.
Yeah, that'd be his second one. So it's funny because they were interviewing the Duke former coach Mike Krzyzewski, and he's like, yeah, I always had a joke about with Tom Izzo, like it's good to be Mr. March, but it's better to be Mr. April, like winning in April. So, yeah, let's see, we got Duke and Michigan State on that side tomorrow.
Got Michigan and Alabama.
Michigan, Alabama. Again, I like Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, like I said, I picked a lot of Big Ten teams to make it far because they have 6 teams in the tournament, and I mean they were. I think the Big Ten was stronger this year than the Big 12, but the Big 12 is usually stronger. So
Then the last game tomorrow night, you got Tennessee and Iowa State. Yeah. So we'll see who wins that. I'm gonna probably have to go. I wouldn't mind seeing Tennessee beat Iowa State, but because of Rick Barnes, but we'll see.
Yeah, I like Iowa State, and I think the Big 12 has been about as strong as the Big 10. I mean, not as strong, but I mean they're right up there, close to it. I mean, I think Texas Tech would be here if they didn't lose Toppin, their big man. I think they would be still playing. And Kansas just got beat at the last minute, So we could still have Big 12 teams playing, and more Big 12 teams playing, like 5 or whatever. And hopefully Baylor make it around next year, but
we'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah. So are you gonna be watching some baseball tonight, or what are you gonna be up to?
Not sure yet. I may watch some of the basketball
That's
games,
right. That's
most
right.
likely.
I almost stopped. I almost completely like looked over the games tonight. Basketball. Yeah. Because it might be different if like the Rangers were playing tonight. Then it might be a little bit tougher decision. But
But with them
Ran-
losing right now, there ain't no sense in watching them.
yeah, the Rangers will be done by then. Maybe not winning anyway, but yeah. I'm with you. I'm with the basketball. I think that's the highlight for the weekend really. Um, I mean, you're gonna have your baseball enthusiasts that's gonna, you know, probably pick some baseball and other sports. But yeah, and I mean, but yeah, I think the tournament's gonna end up winning out. I always think it's. I mean, not the NCAA. They're trying to do better a job at. They're trying to do a better job with the national championship because they were starting at like 8:30, which is like 9:30 on the East Coast, and now they at least try to move it up to like closer to 8 o'clock. So at least that's 20 minutes difference at least, hopefully. But
20 minutes. 20 minutes until you go to bed. 20 minutes for people to stay up a little bit longer.
yeah, got to get that West Coast feed in there. So, but hey, we like I said, we always appreciate you watching. Most people don't watch live, I don't believe anymore. But if you come across this later on, we do appreciate it. Again, this was the first time we got to be on multiple platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X. Be sure and follow on the social medias at Groot Feed Live. And if you want to find us on Facebook or on any social media, most of our content is going to have the hashtag Sports Talk Time. So if be looking for that for any content that we put out on social media, use the hashtag Sports Talk Time and check out the internet station. Brandon, go ahead and give that again.
Texas Classics today.
There you go. Check that out. Like I said, hopefully, like I said, there's some good stuff on there, and hopefully, we'll be able to bring you some programming.
Programmer.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But right now, we have some great music over there, so check that out. And hope we may even have a podcast called Texas, you know, Classics or something. We'll figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, definitely follow along. Like I said, if you're a fan of anything, use hashtag Sports Talk Time, and we may have to come up with a hashtag for the radio station or something. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. So, but I think that's a wrap for today. Unless Brendan has anything else.
I don't have anything. I think I'm good for the day.
All right, then. That's gonna do it for us today.
Enjoy
Uh,
the games tonight, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow.
yeah,
That's
we're
the
out
plan.
today. We're out today. We'll come back, join you tomorrow, and break it down. All that, and we appreciate it. We are out later, Brandon.
All right. Later.
All right, later on.